Hello.
Boom. What to say more? That's a very big smile.
Ta-da!
We are in the open.
Yes.
Yes.
We are.
Hello, Danielle.
Hello, sweetie pie, my darling Mish.
We just already had like a nice talk together. But now we open the channel to each and every one of us who wants to know a little bit more about crystals and how they can support us and how we can work a little bit more with the light. So Danielle has a beautiful download for us ready. Um, First, I want to introduce Danielle properly because she's, to me, the queen of the crystals. I keep saying it because it's just, yeah, look at her. She's just a radiant, beautiful woman that is walking her path and walking her talk. And I know Danielle for 4 years, more or less.
Yeah, I think 5 already.
5, huh? So
Yeah.
you walked in Mahara straight away.
I did. I think 2 months in, I walked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since our connection is growing and we see each other walking our path and growing in what we do and what we share. And I saw you from an Ayurvedic cook growing into tarot sessions, combining the tarot and the cooking, and then suddenly there were the crystals.
Yes.
And the crystals came to Danielle, and Danielle came to the crystal, and now
Yes.
magic happens.
Yes, and actually, you know that Mahara played a big part in that happening.
Yes,
Right? Mahara played a big part in that happening because I often share this story, but one afternoon after I had finished tarot readings in the beautiful yurt of Mahara, a friend of yours was there, James, right? Yeah, James was there. Yes, bless James. And we sat, so Mahara was already closed, and it was like the 5 of us, we sat and we were talking. And then James, who was like an incredible shaman, moving all sorts of elements and using all sorts of tools. He asked all of us who were present there, just chit-chatting, if we would like to do an experiment with some crystal cards that he had. So we all said, yeah, sure, of course. And I was like, no problem, why not? And we each had to pick a crystal card, and mine was Chrysocolla. And the deck that he worked with didn't even have the crystal pictured on it, but it has like a
Pre-Atlantean language on it, the light language. Yeah.
Exactly. So then he gave us instructions, and he said, okay, place the card on your heart. And he gave us a breathing exercise. And mind you, I was suspectant of whatever was going to come. I was just open, and I did the breathing exercise. And then I feel this hot energy moving from underneath my feet all the way through my body, up and up and up. And I just started to scream, and I was like, ah!
Yes.
And I started crying.
Fireworks.
I started crying. And then when I came back to my senses and I opened my eyes, the rest of you in the room were staring at me like, what the F just happened here? And I was also like, what was that? Yeah. But I know now that the Chrysocolla, it blasted open a crystal gate for me that I always was interested in crystals. I love them, I like them, but I didn't really know that much about them. But that day, some portal opened that is really allowing me to if I may be so bold to say, to be a channel for the crystals.
Yeah.
So yeah. very long explanation for an
Beautiful,
introduction,
a
but
beautiful story. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. There was. I remember that day, and I saw you making shifts ever since, and I maybe didn't realize it straight away, but when you shared me once the story again, like a few months ago, then I was like, oh yeah, that was the opening.
it
Yeah,
was, yeah,
yeah.
it was. So thank you for facilitating that.
No, yeah, it was written in the stars.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And can you share a little bit more how after that opening, um, yeah, what happened? Like what got you, and how was your research going towards to? Because you started a study
Yes.
not
Yes.
long after.
Yes, true. So the first thing was James gave us both. He gave us a crystal recipe,
Yeah,
like droplets that we had to take for, I believe it was 28 days.
yep,
So I started doing that, and in the beginning I didn't feel much, I thought at least, but my interest for crystals was reawakened.
mhm,
So I started researching, and I wanted to do a course because I don't know, very early on, I understood that working with crystals is a science. That's also how it was in the olden times. It wasn't just something that you only did intuitively, at least not if you really wanted to work with other people. So I wanted
yeah,
to get more grounded knowledge that I could combine with my
yeah,
intuition.
yeah.
And I found this amazing teacher. She's referred to as the rock whisperer, they call her.
Beautiful.
Krista Mitchell is her name, and I studied with her. She had a thriving crystal healing practice in New York for 13 years before she became a teacher.
Yeah,
And the beauty with her work is that you can get certified. So after nearly a year, I think,
yeah,
of study, I became a certified crystal healer. And in that process, you take yourself through so much layers and shadow work, and really connecting and attuning with your crystals,
yeah.
that by the time I was finished, I was ready, baby. I was ready.
Yeah, and it is because like as you know, as a friend that's standing on the sideline observing what's happening, I saw you changing. Like you were already glowing, but ever since there's a shine around you that I can see something is really being deeply transformed. And what I observe now in the work that you're sharing, I see it reflected back in what you do,
Yeah.
and
Thank,
that's very beautiful. Yeah.
thank, thank you. Thank
So
you.
that's why I wanted to invite you. Like, what's the magic? No,
Yes. Yes.
no, no. I just said in the beginning, like, I really want to share you with the world because I started Maha-Talks. Maha means great, so it's great talks.
Mhm.
To talk with people that I see in my surroundings that are like a rock star, because some people are on the path and they hold so much wisdom. And we can read 10,000 books, but when we talk with people,
Mhm.
um, we feel the vibration of the wisdom that's being shared because being practiced,
Yes. True.
and the wisdoms of the crystals and how we can work with it. I think it's very essential in the day, and we're going to talk more about it soon.
Mhm.
How good they can support us now,
Yes.
and forever and always.
Yes.
But it's not just a nice stone that you have around. It's a spirit, and it's a medicine.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
medicine, sister. It really,
yeah,
it truly, honestly is medicine.
yeah,
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it's time to bring that consciousness back to the people, because the other day I was, dreaming about it, and I thought, some poor crystals, they're just laying there. But I know my crystals get more activated when I acknowledge them in their power. They're
Yes.
like, yes, let's work. And I feel like for us as almost an offer or an act of love to the crystal grid, if we acknowledge the power of the crystal, they can do so much more for us.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely, absolutely. And I also think that there is a important reason why let's say in the last five years,
Yeah.
something like that, crystals are becoming more mainstream, and people are becoming more attracted to crystals again, because I feel like there is crystals can be programmed, right, with information.
Exactly.
Basically
Yeah.
what they are libraries of light. They
Mhm.
store light information in them,
Yeah.
right? That's what they are. So we are now getting ready, and I'm getting chills as I'm saying
Yeah.
this. I'm getting chills as I'm saying
It's
this, but
true. It's true.
we are getting ready to reacquaint ourselves with knowledge that was lost for a long time. And some of it, much of it, is stored within crystals, right? So this is why I think that in a natural way, we are gravitating more towards crystals. And for many of us, and I was guilty of this, let's say 10 years ago as well, it just starts with the beauty of the crystal, right? You
Mhm.
look at a crystal and you think, yummy, it's so
That
gorgeous.
one, but that one is not normal.
Yes, this one is exceptional. That is true. That's how it starts, But as you progress and like you said, as you connect with the
Yeah.
crystals, really, that's when they really release, right? Or start to open up more information. And the way that they do that, for every person, it's going to be different depending on what psychic ability works best for someone. So some people will really feel the energy of the crystal. Other people, the crystals will literally, like, that's what I have, they will literally start talking to me, like, my crystal teacher taught me to attune to every new crystal
Mm.
that you get. That means that you connect with the energy of the crystal. And like you introduced me at the beginning of this session, you introduce yourself to the crystal, and the crystal introduces himself or herself to you.
Mm.
And it's really like, hello, I'm Spirit Quartz. And it's like, hello, I'm Danielle. And it's really a conversation, like, so what can you do for me? And this takes it way beyond the information that you read in those crystal bibles, and which is amazing that they're there. But
Mhm.
I always recommend people to first establish a one-on-one personal connection with your crystal, and then go look for information that other people experience. Because in a crystal Bible, for one singular crystal, you will find maybe, let's say, 30 applications. But the
Mm.
crystal came into your personal life for a reason now. So it's going to share with you the connection it wants to have with you
Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Beautiful.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really libraries of light.
It's a mineral in the end.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So when you work with people, how do you build those bridges between the library and the human body? How
Uh-huh.
how does it connect for you?
Yes. So like many people, no, let me start differently.
Yeah.
I am a chakra junkie. So all my work is chakra based, and I know that for some people that's like very old fashioned. I don't care, I'm older than I look, like millions of years older than I look. But
Oh, lovely.
I really work with the chakras, because basically what happens is, the way I explain it to my students is, certain crystals speak the language of certain chakras. And I give them an example. Like, for example, the root chakra speaks light light languages that are African based, because they're really like drums. It's really the language of rooting yourself, of mama earth, of grounding.
Mm.
um the sacral chakra speaks Brazilian,
Yeah.
because it speaks samba, right? It speaks, let's move those hips. That's what the sacral chakra speaks. The solar plexus chakra speaks German because it, it's very orderly and, you know, analytical and intellectual. So basically the way how I work with a person's body is really checking out what chakras are out of balance, and finding out if a chakra is underactive or overactive, and then connecting a crystal to that chakra that speaks the language of the chakra, and that will say to the chakra, like, for example, let's say you have a solar plexus chakra that's in overdrive. The crystal will say to the chakra, hey guy, you need to chill, you know, take it easy a little bit, you know, like that. And of course that doesn't go in a literal sense, but it goes in an energetic sense, right? And so my task as a crystal healer is to combine the knowledge, like the logical knowledge that I got about crystals, with my logical knowledge of chakras and my intuitive ability to connect with the crystals and to connect with the energy of my client, right? Because a person can say one thing to you when you ask them, okay, what's wrong with you? A person can say to you, well, I'm so tired lately. But intuitively, you might know the person is so tired because she's not being authentic. She's not using her full voice, for example. And then I would work with her on her throat chakra. And if I would only listen to what she was saying to me about being tired, I would maybe just focus on the root chakra and sacral chakra to bring her more energy. But I like to go to the root, as you know from my tarot readings too. I try to get to the root. And with crystal healings, what I do is I try to go to the energetic root as quickly as I'm allowed by the client.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. It's like surgery. You're like a doctor.
Yes, I'm like an energy doctor.
So, well, doctor, what's the recipe for today?
Yes, well, for today, you know, whenever you and I do something together, we always place an intention ahead of time, right?
Yes.
And our intention today was to help light workers find energetic support through crystals. So I have selected a few crystals to share with, because I think if you are listening to this, you are a light worker, whether you are working as one officially or not, right? I have some crystals with me today to show you how you can use crystals to protect your light, to activate your light, but also, especially when you are very empathic and you really feel energy from the outside world, how you can protect yourself from that, and also get rid of energy that has been stored in your body that isn't yours. So that's the recipe for today. You want to see?
Yes.
Yes. Shall we start?
Let's start, babe.
Let's start. Okay. So the first thing I want to say before I show the crystals is that one thing that I see a lot with people who identify themselves as light workers is that they disregard the physical body too much. So there's too much of an emphasis of, I want the higher frequency crystals. I want the crystals that will take me out in the Akashic records and in the, you know, and I mean, all of that is beautiful, but you incarnated in a physical body for a reason. If it wasn't important for you to be in a physical body right now, you wouldn't be in one, right? So you need to respect that. So the first tip actually I want to give to light workers who feel like they could use some an energetic boost from crystals is ground yourself.
Yeah.
And do that on a very regular basis. Yeah, on a daily basis even. And the best crystal that I know to do that is this beauty, which is hematite.
Yeah.
So hematite obviously speaks the language of the root chakra, right? So it will rapidly bring you back into your physical beingness, which is so important when, as a light worker, you feel you are out there and you feel ungrounded and you feel unstable. Work with this on your root chakra. This is a wonderful placement on the root chakra. But also, if you have a smaller piece, you can place one in your shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes wear them around my ankles.
Yes.
It's so
Yes.
good.
Yes. Wearing them around your ankles is also great. Or also, for example, after I've done a crystal healing with a client, at the end of the session, when we're coming back down, I will put one under their chair.
Yeah.
For them to really, come back into the physical body. So that is my first tip. Together with this, I would say working with any type of calcites. Now, calcites are highly underestimated in the crystal world because people think they're just calcites. They're nothing special. But calcites have a very slow vibration. So not necessarily that it's low frequency, but it's a slower vibration. And the slower the vibration, the more it anchors you to your physical body. So, for example, for people who suffer from burnout, and we know that light workers are very prone to having burnout easily because we absorb so much, I recommend a recipe of placing a calcite in the color of each chakra on every chakra and just lying there. I think I even used it on you once when you did a healing session with me. It it is so restorative. It will balance your system in a very gentle but direct way.
So
So
where's my calcite?
yes, you need to get your calcites, right? So get a red one for your root chakra, an orange one for your sacral, a yellow or honey calcite for your solar plexus, green or pink calcite for your heart, blue for your throat. For your third eye, there isn't any purple calcite, but you can use an amethyst point.
Yeah.
And then for your crown, you can use white calcite. Okay?
You got your notes, all of you.
Yes,
Write
this is
down.
this is an entire class, people. I wasn't thinking this was going to be a class, but it is. But it is. So that's about the rooting. Yeah, that's about the rooting. Then I want to talk about protection, cleaning and protection.
Yes.
Now, these two babies are a must have for anyone who considers him or herself a light worker. This is a selenite wand, and you use this to clean your aura, right? Clean energy that has become stuck to your aura, but you also use it to bring in protective white light around your aura. So this is an absolute must-have. People know I don't go anywhere without this selenite wand. I even almost once attacked someone, a burglar in Ibiza with one. So selenite wand, absolutely essential. And then the other one that I was showing you is black tourmaline.
Yes.
Now, there's something you need to know about black tourmaline. And that is that most people think that black tourmaline is grounding. In my personal opinion, and also in how I was taught, it is not grounding, it is balancing, which is something different. All tourmalines are very high frequency crystals. So whether it's a black or a red tourmaline or a pink or a green tourmaline. So the black tourmaline isn't any different. It has a high frequency, but what it does is it detoxes negative energy. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
So this is really one that I also highly recommend for light workers. This combination I work with myself daily, really on a daily basis. Anything you want to ask, sister? Because I'm ranting, I'm talking. You know how I get when I'm with my crystals.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I follow you. I at least I follow you, and I'm really bad in asking questions because I'm so in your story and I'm completely in it. But
Okay.
if some people have a question, they can always email and we can answer them later.
Perfect.
Flow. It's beautiful.
Okay, perfect. So one thing I also really like to do with black tourmaline, like many light workers, will also get digestive issues. And I think it's because when we started, you also said I had difficulty digesting whatever you went through today. You had difficulty digesting it. And this is something that I found out myself. Placing black tourmaline on your solar plexus chakra really helps you with activating your physical, mental, and emotional digestion.
Nice.
So, like I told you right before we started, I took a crystal nap, like I do almost every afternoon. And I often place the black tourmaline on my solar plexus chakra, and it really helps with digesting the energy. Yeah, energy that got stuck for whatever reason, it really then gets digested. I think also because the black tourmaline, like I said, it acts like a energetic detoxer, right? So a toxin remover. Now I have something that is even more powerful if you are very emphatic. So if you really take up the energy from other people around you, if you find yourself crying for no apparent reason. I mean, of course, sometimes you have a reason and then it's fine to cry. But if you feel like when you've been around certain people, your energy drops, you all of a sudden feel negative, you even feel down or depressed, when you know you are not yourself down and depressed, then it's something you've picked up from the environment. And then I really recommend working with malachite. And place malachite then on your solar plexus chakra, because this is the spot where we form most of our energetic cords. We also form them from other chakras, but from your solar plexus chakra, many times you form cords to people around you and to your environment. And what the malachite does is it draws that energy out. So yeah, so like a sponge,
Looks
so
like it.
yeah. So at the end of a day, like for example for you also, Michelle, you work with so many people on a daily basis. At the end of the day, when sometimes maybe you feel a bit drained or you feel like you've taken up a lot, just lie down with malachite on your solar plexus chakra for around 20 minutes and experience the miracle.
Beautiful. It's actually nice to share because within the introduction, I will share very openly. I just told Danielle that I had to cry. I had to shed many tears because I was feeling like the whole world coming at me and myself trying to balance that what I do. And I didn't knew we would have this talk today about this actually, because I went also very open in it. But because of that, I know, so I hope you're listening, guys, that it's perfect timing, because we're all going through some very deep shiftings, which bring in a lot of new energy. But for myself, I feel and I know a lot of old energy is being released. But we are very empathic, and many people, we are with many people on this world, and that's what I felt today. I was like, wow, how do I maintain my vibration when I feel all of this as an empathic human being in the center of a city? It's for me also a very great reminder to work on a deeper level again, to clear up my window and start to work with crystals, because we don't have this conversation without a reason. And then
Yes,
it's important.
absolutely. And so what happens, because for us light workers, one of our main tasks, I mean, I'm I'm a very practical person. So one of our main tasks is to radiate light. We don't call it light worker for a reason. We need to work with light, right? So what you want to do is, you said it perfectly. You want to clean your vessel, so your vessel is clean, so the light can shine out of it.
Yeah.
Right? And so some of these techniques that I'm sharing with you guys now, is for you to learn how to clean that vessel, right? How to remove energy that is not allowing you to share your light properly, right? And so the cleaner you are, the more you can radiate. And I think that's the radiation you were talking about that you see with me. I hope, it's just that I do my best to keep myself as clean as I can. And of course, this also entails your food, what information you fill your head, the people you surround yourself with. But for me, working with crystals is a very big part of it, so that I can radiate more freely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that, my sister, many times means, some things have to go.
Yep.
You know why I'm saying this. This one's for you. Okay? Okay, good. So I'm going to continue, because I have a few more beauties to show you. So as light workers, we tend to use our third eye a lot, right? And some of us have discovered an on and off switch. I had to, because of my crystal healings. Otherwise, I was on all the time, and that's like really too much, So, but we also need to recharge it on a frequent basis. Yeah. So clean and recharge it. And what I like to use for that, this is black tourmaline in quartz. Yeah, so it's this crystal that I showed you earlier, in clear quartz.
Yeah,
and I combine that with amethyst, and almost on a daily basis. So also in the nap I took before we started, I place these two on my third eye and forehead like this, and I lie down for 20 minutes, and this will reboot your third eye.
Ah, beautiful. Ah, beautiful. Yes.
Yes, this will reboot your third eye, and it will also clean out, because like I said, the black tourmaline has energetic detoxing effect. So if you feel foggy, if you feel like you have too many thoughts running in your head at the same time, the tourmaline quartz will really draw that out. And after like 20 minutes, you feel so clear. It's just amazing, really good. And then the amethyst is of course one of the most spiritual advancing crystals. It has really been a spiritual guide in my personal life. For many of us it is, because it's one of the first crystals many of us get, and it's very soft in its approach, but it will make sure it propels you into your spiritual or onto your spiritual path. So combining those two, this will really help you to open up that third eye in a healthy way also, without, I find it really important that people don't become obsessed with that, which I also see a lot of that going on nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two more to show you. So I'm going to save the best for last. Let me start with this one. Look at this, sister.
Ooh.
This is called celestial smoky quartz. And it's one of the oldest crystals around, like we're talking billions of years. And it grows in such a way that it's also called crocodile crystal, because it looks like the scales of a crocodile. And basically it's just layers and layers and layers of light and information built on one on top of each other. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can find celestial quartzes in all of the quartz family, or different quartz family crystals, but this specific one is from smoky quartz. Mm-hmm. What this crystal does, my darling Mish, my darling sister, is it helps you to embody the light. And this is precisely what I was just talking about, for you to so when we are light workers, and I can feel my crown starting to tingle, like going crazy. So when we are light workers, we are used to drawing in the light, because that we're like antennas, right? That's what we do. But many of us, we're not that good at grounding that light in this physical body, in this material manifestation that is this beautiful bodysuit that we are wearing now. Mm-hmm. And that is what this crystal does. It combines heaven and earth. That's how I like to call it.
That's my stone.
Yes, that's why I'm showing you it, because it's the stone for many light workers right now. Remember, all of the things that I'm showing you right now, I picked them out specifically for us light workers, right? Yes. So this one is an amazing one to work with, to really embody the light. Yeah. And you can work with this one on your crown chakra, or you can work with it on your root chakra. I like to use it for the crown, or work with it in meditation in your receptive hand. So your receptive hand is the hand that you don't write with. It's the hand where you receive energetic information easier. Yeah. So this gorgeous angel. Wow. Yes. And then we're gonna finish. We have to finish.
Yeah, we have to. Yes, of course.
I hope we'll still be able to speak at the end of this, because once you hold on to this, you go into different.
It makes me draw like water in my mouth.
Yes, drool.
It's like when you showed me that one the first time, I could rarely see it. It's like I see a ball of light.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a crystal. Oh, okay, it's materialized energy. Holy schmack.
Yes. That's exactly what it is. This is called spirit quartz.
Yeah.
It's called spirit. It has different names. Some people call it cactus quartz. Mm-hmm. Some people call it fairy quartz. I know it as spirit quartz. And it is a special variety of amethyst. It's only found, as far as I know right now, in one mine in South Africa. It's called the Magalhães mountain range. That's where it's found. So it's quite rare nowadays. It's also pricey because of it. But this beauty, it's a crystal of harmony.
Yeah.
It's a crystal of courage, which we all need as light workers. Yeah. And it's a crystal of connecting to spirit. Yeah. So because it has so many tiny points, that's why it's so hard to see on camera, because it reflects so much light because of all of the thousands of points that are on the crystal. It radiates light in all directions. Yeah. Right? So first you've cleaned your energy, right? You've taken out all of the energy that you've absorbed from your solar plexus chakra. We haven't spoken about cord cutting today, which I won't go into because it's too long of a story.
Maybe another time.
Another time. You've
Well,
ground yourself, right? You've ground yourself. You've detoxed yourself from energy that is not serving you, and you've connected heaven and earth. And now it's time to radiate your light.
yo, Daniela, that's crazy.
Now it's time to radiate your light, right?
Hey,
So
guys, we got to do this recipe because then we're the vaccine itself.
you see, this is the crystal vaccine, people. Downloaded to you by Mama Gaia.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's what I have for you today, you
Yes.
know. And I know it's probably, or maybe it's quite a lot of information, and I'm of course, you know, I wanted to share as much meaningful information today, but it's not like I'm saying you have to work with this every day all the time, and you know, you can do things step by step, or you can start with one crystal. But I wanted to sort of touch on the basic
Yeah.
things that I think is so important for us as light workers to
Yeah.
um, be aware of, be mindful of. And these babies, these are our allies. These are our best allies. They're our friends. They're here to support us, all of humanity, but specifically light workers. You know, so make the most of them, and don't just buy the trendy stuff that everyone is buying because they're so cute. You know, I mean, nothing wrong with a cute crystal, but they are light libraries, and make sure you open them up so you get all of the knowledge.
Yeah. 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 And so for the people, like to open up the crystal, as you said in the beginning, you introduce yourself to the crystal, you connect with the crystal. Is there more that we need to know to open up deeper to the crystal?
Well, in crystal vocabulary, we call that attuning to your crystal. And I was taught this also by my teacher, right? And it's a complete game changer. So basically, what you do after you've bought a crystal, of course, first you clean the crystal. I like to clean mine with incense, but you can also do it with the full moon, or you know, there are other methods, but those two are the safest. And then you sit in meditation with your crystal, and you connect. You hold on to it in your receptive hand, so the hand you don't write with, and you just become still, and you be polite and introduce yourself first.
Yes.
Right? So I'm Danielle. Who are you? You know, and then just wait. And depending on your specific psychic abilities, the crystal will reveal itself differently to you. So some people start seeing light codes, right? Some people start hearing music, or they hear harmonies. I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
So
well, actually, I hear the harmony in my ear.
yes, so some people get goosebumps. I'm one of those people, right? Some people get goosebumps. And I really, because I'm very auditive, the crystals start talking to me at a certain point, you know? And so they will say, it will say, I'm hematite, and you can use me for this and this and this and that, you know, and I'm in your life right now for this and this and this and that. Like that.
Yeah.
So that's how the attuning process works. And then be respectful of your crystals. I mean, we are in a light working community right now, so probably I don't even have to say that, but I'm saying it anyway, because it's a living consciousness, right? It's a living consciousness. So you don't have to exaggerate and I don't know, only build altars for your crystals. I don't mean it in that sense, but do work with them in a respectful way.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. How you would treat yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So that means cleaning them on a regular basis, right? Energetically cleaning them on a regular basis and connecting with them on a regular basis. So I see so many people who have hundreds of crystals, but they're just lying there. And I tell people,
no.
I tell people, then get 5 and work with them.
Yeah.
But what's the point of having 100 of them and not connecting with them, not really using them?
No, they're here to serve or to flow with us. Yeah. And this is a question I sometimes get from people, but I'm curious about you. It's a sensitive subject, but I'm curious, or your vision on this, about the mining of the crystals, as you just shared with this beautiful mountain in South Africa. It's one of the few mountains.
Yes.
It's a tangible part, because I know Gaia is giving the crystals for us to work with.
Yes.
Right? So it's a gift in a way.
Yes.
What is your vision about this, so we can open this conversation also for people?
Yes. Thank you for asking that. So I have two things I want to say about this. They're both really exciting. So the first thing is, I very recently I started, because I do crystal sales, right?
Yes.
So very recently I started to get my crystals, as many of the crystals as I can, directly from a source in South Africa, that sources them ethically, because it's not just the mining of the crystal, but it's also sometimes it's child labor. It's exploiting of humans in the mining of the crystals. So at this point, I'm very transparent about that. I am not able to guarantee that all of my crystals are 100% ethically sourced, but I am able to do it for certain crystals. So for example, the spirit quartzes that I have now, I got them directly from a source in South Africa. I cut out the middle guys that I get them from here in the Netherlands, but I can't get all the crystals that I need from that source. So some of them I still have to use like a wholesaler in the Netherlands or whatever. Yeah. So that's one thing. Then there's this other thing, Mish. There's this other thing. So I have the feeling, that there are many, many more resources of crystals in the earth that have not been discovered yet. And I mean tons. I have the feeling
for sure.
There are cities down there,
I can tell you, yes. Seen.
Because you've been.
Seen. Yeah. And there are even more crystals coming that we don't even know how to name them yet.
Exactly. So when people tell me, and I get goosebumps again. So when people ask me should we be using them? Isn't there like a finite number? Like, won't they be gone at a certain point? I don't believe they will.
Maybe humanity's gone before the crystals.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing that's for sure. That
it's a great answer to give. Yeah, don't worry, we are gone before the crystals are gone. Like they were before, they stay.
Absolutely. Unless we evolve, of course, unless we're able to evolve to a certain level that we need or want to evolve to, then it's a different story. But I believe there are billions of crystals yet unfound, unsourced. So personally, I don't worry about that. What I do say to people is, when you get them, and that's what I just said, treat them with respect. You
Yeah.
know, it's like the same as with your food. Don't waste your food, don't throw it away, you know. That's why I say to people, don't just buy the trendy stuff because it's trendy. If the crystal didn't call you, don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, get the crystal when it calls you. And sometimes you need to see a crystal, like when I show some of these that I've shown you today. I know some of you watching this, or many of you watching this, will be like, the crystal is calling me, I need it, you know. And so, you know, sometimes you need someone to introduce you to the crystal, and that's fine. But don't just go out and buy crystals like a chicken without a head, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that, I think, is irresponsible, and it's not um, being mindful of the crystal. And also, what you will notice is with some crystal, there comes a time when you are, for the time being, you are through working with the crystal, right?
Yeah.
And then I gift the crystal to someone else.
Yeah.
So don't just throw it away.
Yeah.
Or sometimes what you can do is you can bury it again in nature. You give it back to Mama Earth, where, you know, where it came from. But many times I clean the crystal, I take my intention out of it, and I gift it to someone who I feel this crystal could serve you on your path now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love to give my crystals away.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a crystal giving queen.
Oh, wow. 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 Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful download and very helpful.
Good.
Yeah, very helpful.
Good.
And if I'm representing now the community and the tribe, it's actually not even helpful. It's needed.
Exactly.
What I experience in my life with the amount of information that's coming, because like in a few weeks I'm gonna do like a very strong ceremony because my body's telling me, Mish, there's so much information coming to Earth,
Yeah. Yeah.
to us. Be ready, be prepared, you know, like clean and prepare because it's coming. And I feel it, the shift. We're so in the shift.
Yes.
And it's all the shift is always there. It's a continuous of a shift, but yeah, it comes in peaks. And I
Yes.
feel the peak is coming again. And I felt like, yeah, I want to be ready. I want to be ready.
Yes. 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 And don't forget that we are moving through the photon belt right now, right? So we are, the Earth is moving very close next to the Pleiades, and we are getting an enormous amount of light, really, really light photons that are being showered onto the Earth. And so if you are sensitive to this, even if you're not sensitive to this, you know, every human being on earth is feeling this right now. And we need ways. That's why, for example, this crystal is so important, because we need ways to ground the light in our physical manifestation at this moment. And a crystal like this can help you with that.
So when is your next crystal sale, Danielle?
My next crystal sale is, I think it's actually next week. And I wanted to talk to you about that, but we'll do that later. We'll do that later.
We have to talk about many things.
Yes, because well, it's gonna be a solstice sale. It's gonna be a solstice sale, and I was actually thinking of seeing if I can be in Mahara one evening and do it from there. But anyway, we'll talk about it. I will do that here. Sorry.
So for everyone who doesn't know, is when we come together, we create and we share, we expand, but we can rarely hold it, but we will try to hold it and wait.
Yes, I'll do my best.
Yeah, I was already seeing many things coming. I was like, don't tell anything yet, but yeah, that's when two light workers come together, we blast.
Exactly. Especially when one holding on to spirit cords.
Oh man, yeah, I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
So let's see, is there any question coming in? Well, you want to share actually a little bit more about your program, because I did the closing ceremony with you for the program, which was super beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
And I got to peek a little bit in the work that you're sharing.
Mhm.
Because this lady is like a treasure box, always there's something coming out. I will share also her Instagram. Like, this woman makes food based on chakras and crystals, and I'm looking at it like, can you eat that actually? So there's many treasures around this beautiful woman. But you designed a program that I really bow down to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw how you worked on it and how you designed it, and what. Yeah, can you share a little bit more about?
Yeah, sure. Sure. So that program is called the Crystal Rockstar Manual, and it's a 22-day program where I just did the first one in May, so a few months back. No, not even like 1 month back. What at the
Yeah,
time of us filming this.
yeah,
And what I wanted to do, because we as a collective went through so much in 2020, I wanted to give people ways to shine in dark times.
hmm,
Because either this is type, it's a type of a sink or swim
yeah,
situation we're in as light workers, right? As humanity, but specifically as since I cater to the light worker community. So I wanted to give people tools to swim, and not just to swim, but to make those loops that dolphins make, like to jump out of the water and go like ploop. so so that's what I wanted to do. So I made that manual to really give people practical tools like I shared today,
yeah,
chakra based, on what crystals to use, for very practical stuff. So we go deeper into grounding, we go deeper into joy, crystals to use for joy, we go deeper into crystals to use for depression.
yeah,
But I also make chakra foods that you can use to even up your frequency higher,
yeah,
by the foods that you are eating, because I strongly believe in a holistic approach. That's my Ayurvedic upbringing, as I call it. So I soon learned it's not enough to only work with food, or only work with crystals, or only work with Reiki or whatever energy tool is your preference, or only work with meditation. We are now coming in a time where we need to bring everything together.
yeah.
We need to work holistically,
Yes.
right? In order for
Yeah.
us to really
Mm,
embody the light, we need a holistic approach. So we need, and the food and the crystals and the energy work and the meditation and the yoga, and for everyone it will be a special personal recipe, right? But this is the bones of what I share in the 22-day manual. And as we speak, I'm, because the manual is over now, so I went live on Instagram every 22 days, every day live for an hour. I had guest teachers. I did tarot and tea sessions in the weekends, and I also did a crystal ceremony, which you were so gracious to end this first cycle, or close the first cycle. But I'm figuring out now, um, how do I move forward with this program, because this program was like a huge download, and it wanted to pour out of me so bad that I created it in 4 weeks.
amazing. Yeah.
But now I'm figuring out, okay, so what do I do next? Do I repeat it, or do I use do I use all
Yeah.
the videos that I already made? I'm figuring that out. But there's definitely coming a sequel.
Mhm.
And I'm also working on a bigger program that's going to be specific for light workers.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. So stay tuned to this lady. Yeah,
More light coming your way.
oh, I love it. I love it. And it's so nice to get to know you better in your insights, and that's why I also really wanted to talk with you. It's a great entrance to see what's going on in your world, and there's so much depth in it, you know. And
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, it's always a joy being with you, and I, as you know, I have deep respect and love for you, and I support you in your process, sister, because I know that what you are carrying, what you are sharing, what you are an antenna for is a lot. It's a lot.
that's why I
It,
have the hips, you know.
yes, yes, yes,
I think the Atlas was carrying the world on his shoulders, but the new woman is carrying the world on their hips, you know.
yes, yes, yes. Aren't we? Yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. So so
thank
I respect and salute you for that. And yeah, I got your back, sister.
yeah, I got yours too.
Thank you. I know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I know you all feel this love.
How can you not?
Okay, you know. Then you need a crystal.
You do for sure.
Well, this was such a great honor, and I'm looking forward to talk more.
Yes, for
And
sure.
I think, yeah, many people will enjoy this, and
Good.
maybe even repeat this, because I'm gonna watch it back, because there were so much information that's like, wait, I'm gonna see that back. So please, guys, repeat it again, because there's always that hidden message that just can
Yeah.
uplift your day. And
Yeah.
this is important information that we can take into our space to grow.
Good.
Yes.
Very good, my friend.
Okay, then we're gonna end the recording.
Yes. And we're going to talk some more.
Exactly. So guys, ciao.
Now, to everyone watching now or in the future, thank you so much. It was an honor being here and serving you and serving the Crystal Kingdom. I hope to meet in person with you sometime.
Thank you. Oh, almost. I pushed the wrong stop.